A little side announcement here. Starting next week, for the next 10 weeks, we're going to be doing themed episodes. So every week will be a different theme instead of kind of just topics. It's going to be pretty cool. A few of which include movies, aliens, would you rathers, and who knows what else. Big surprise for the first one. It'll be pretty fun. And then we'll see after those first 10 how it goes. But that's what we got coming up next.
Big week, big events, big themes.
Big themes. Big shoes. Big shoes.
Big shoes, big feet.
Welcome to a new era, where the future meets the past.
Finland is not real.
Above and beyond.
Helen Keller was a fraud.
Beyond.
It's never too early for Christmas.
There's a new place,
Grandma always says you need a lemon tree.
and a new time.
Temperature isn't real.
Perhaps the right place,
Lost my penis in the early 90s.
right place, then the right time. Discovery awaits. Right time. Right place, right time.
So, you know what question's coming. How'd your weekend go? Nice.
Okay. The weekend, it was a weekend, all right?
Sure.
I had a
Definitely.
few projects.
Okay.
And here's a fun little fact about me. I do like to drink while I edit, right? So sometimes I get a little tipsy. It helps me get less distracted,
Okay.
which is weird. It's like a thing. I get a little tipsy and then I'm like so into what I'm editing now.
Okay.
I don't get as distracted easily. I was out of my Basil Hayden, right? My bourbon whiskey that I go to.
Okay.
But Basil Hayden's whiskey. So I wasn't gonna. I mean, expensive. It's expensive whiskey. Wasn't gonna get another one. So I went to the Bevmo. I was looking around. Saw some Jack Daniels. I was like, I'm gonna grab this. Jack Daniels is just cheaper whiskey.
Sure.
It's fine. I'm gonna drink a good amount. I don't want to waste my good sipping whiskey. So, it turned out to be honey flavored whiskey.
Oh, a
And
little
it
sweet.
sucks, dude.
Oh,
It.
not a big
I don't
honey
know.
fan.
You don't drink, so you
No.
don't know.
No.
But like, it tasted like bad syrup. Like you put piss in a syrup and you
Yeah,
mixed it.
sure.
So it had that honeyness, but you're like, and it sucked. It, and I can't return it because I drank it.
Sure.
And then I powered through it because I was like, this sucks, but I want to get to a point where I can like have some fun. And now I have like a bottle of Jack Daniel's honey that's 90% full, and I don't know what to do with it because I can't
Yeah.
throw it away. That's wasting good whiskey. So what I'm thinking of doing
Throw it away.
is giving it to a homeless person. They'll appreciate it.
That's like enabling behavior. What if they're addicts?
Well,
Makes it more fun, I guess, right?
makes more fun for them. Or they'll be like, oh, whiskey. Ew, honey. And then I won't drink ever again.
Imagine a homeless person giving it back to you. Like, nah, dude, I don't want that, bro.
That'd be the easiest way to befriend a homeless person. It's like, here, you want some whiskey? Like, dude, not that flavor. That flavor sucks. I'm like, I know, right? And then
Yeah.
we bond.
Yeah.
Have you seen that video of that guy who's like, he's on TikTok giving homeless people what they want, and he gives
Oh,
them
yeah.
a pack of beer and like a thing of Marlboro cigarettes?
Yeah. I thought you were going to ask, there's another TikToker who he goes up to homeless people. I mean, this is pretty bad, but he goes up to homeless people and he'll be like, I have $200 cash. You want to double it and give it to the next person or take it for yourself? And they're always like, I'll take it. And he's like, okay, double it and give it to him. And they're like, hey.
I think you've sent me one of those.
Maybe I did.
He's super like casual. He's like, double it. He's like,
Yeah.
I'll take it. No.
Yeah.
And then it just cuts, and then he's at the next person. It's a bunch of tweakers.
That's like a manipulator. Fun stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How was your weekend?
It was all right. I did not do too much. I got to watch the Warriors lose on Friday, unfortunately, so that kind of sucked.
Yeah. Yes,
But
it did.
yeah, not too much. I'd like to point out that we do have a little record player here now.
We do.
which is
We're
pretty-
sophisticated now.
That's right. Yeah, I guess you could call it vintage.
We love vintage. I mean,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's change this. Here we go.
vintage.
Some nice
Wait, I
Polaroids
gotta-
there.
Vintage.
Ah,
Look,
yeah. Let me change that camera real quick. We don't need to see that. Yeah, this week we're repping ABBA, big ABBA fan here.
Mm-hmm.
ABBA's a great Swedish band, actually.
I did not know that they were Swedish.
Yeah, that's Swedish.
I don't
There's an
know
ABBA
too much.
museum in Sweden. Huh. And I would like to see it
You'll
someday.
learn something new every day.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So, or in Sverige, as they say. No, so yeah, we have this, and then I'll probably change the records throughout. But yeah, it's pretty fun.
I'll bring some of my girlfriend's records because I don't have a record player. She does, but I'll borrow some to display some of my music taste. I mean, I do like ABBA. I'm not like an avid ABBA listener, but I do appreciate them.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, we can certainly change that too.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. There's four sides, 2 discs, a lot of music. I will say, a highlight I can talk about. So I don't know if you saw this story, but if you didn't, buckle up, no pun intended. Check this out. There was a YouTuber who was found out recently to have, so he purposely crashed a plane. Did you see about this?
What?
No.
No.
So there was
talking about Mr. Beast and that I crushed
Yeah,
plane
no,
like a few
yeah.
months ago
Hey guys,
with Ludwig.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that.
No?
So it's basically this guy who was flying a plane. It's like one of those tiny ones.
Yeah.
Over some mountains in California. Bro pops the door out. He's got a parachute already on. Just hops out. And there's a GoPro on the plane so you can like watch it crash. Now, here's what's crazy, right? So of course he got in trouble, like legally, right?
Yeah.
Because there's actually a law like
Don't
you can't
fly a crash
like that you
planes.
can't. I forget what it falls under, but there is a law, and it's just there's so many layers. So for one thing, the biggest thing to me, he says, and I quote, that he didn't do it for views, he did it to get a sponsorship deal. And the best part, guess what kind of sponsorship he was trying to get with it?
I'm going to say
Just guess.
Red Bull.
Yeah?
I'm going to say because I feel like that fits within their brand of other stuff they've done, you know?
It was for a wallet company. And his goal was to...
Ridge Wallet.
yeah. Watch how tough this Ridge Wallet is.
It can survive a plane crash.
Yeah.
It pops out.
Yeah.
That would
so
go as a crazy commercial. But
his
what the
goal
hell?
was to like represent the wallet whilst jumping out of the plane. Like, anyway. So then there was that. And then... he lied and told the cops that he didn't know where the wreckage was. But turns out he actually rented a private helicopter company to take out the debris so he could like cut it up and throw it away. So he did know where it was. And then on top of that, hold on.
Yeah, get the list out.
Yeah. There was one more thing.
I'm assuming that this wasn't his property.
Oh, sorry. He also says the reason he jumped out wasn't because he was like doing it like to do it. It's because he says he lost power, so he had to jump out. But you know what the title of the video was that he made when it was all done?
I crashed a plane on purpose.
I crashed my airplane. So like, how are you gonna say you like I don't know.
I'm assuming it wasn't his property that he crashed the plane on?
No, it was like mountains in California. It was no one's property. It's the state's property. Like they're just mountains.
Yeah, that's even worse. Okay, would you think it would have been okay if it was his plane and he's like, hey, I'm going to buy these like 50 square acres right here, maybe 100 square acres right here in this middle, and then crash it? That should be fine, right?
I don't know. I guess maybe. I don't know what the specific charge that they had him on. I don't know if that carries over to your own property or not. I mean, it's one thing to shoot or something on your own property, which
I mean, like
I don't know if you can, but crashing a plane.
If I have a huge like lot at my house and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna crash my car with my other car, I should be able to do that, right? So is this not the same thing?
I don't know.
Similarly, I know that the FAA has some crazy rules about airspace, but he's actually leaving the airspace and going into the ground space. So I don't know.
It's just pretty wild. Like, bro did it 100% intentionally and then was like, no. But then he pled guilty after they found out all that stuff.
Yeah, no kidding.
So like,
so he pled guilty. What is he going to jail?
I think they're still discussing because
or is it going to be like a massive fine?
I don't know, because they said the maximum he could get is 20 years in prison, which is also pretty wild. Like, this is such a niche case, right? Like, purposely crashing a plane. Like, the dudes who were working the office that day probably got a hard on when they heard this happen. They haven't had this case in years, and they're like, wait.
Dude, the first of its kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, open up. Guys, go to the back, get the secret purposeful plane crashing file.
So
Finally.
we haven't touched that in years.
Yeah. I thought it was a myth.
Yeah.
The book said no one would ever do that on purpose.
The intern's like, that's not
Yeah,
real.
there's a folder for that?
Yeah. And then
They put on the gloves.
yeah. Like the lead detective's like, oh, it's real.
Oh, it's real.
And you know what? Liam Neeson's the lead detective. There we go. Yeah.
Get the purposeful plane crashing file.
And prepare to piss yourself.
Did he piss himself when he jumped out of the plane? No.
I don't know. That wasn't part of the report.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should have. Why?
Yeah. So it's a pretty wild story.
That is wild.
Yeah. It's not every day you hear one of those things.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I wonder how many times this has happened under the radar. No pun intended again. Come on.
Well, it would definitely be under the radar if it was on their own property, right?
Sounds like you want to crash a plane on your own property.
Well, I'm just saying. I feel like if
Here, I'll look it up for you right now.
If I was going to purposefully crash a plane for a video,
Yep.
I would get all the space. I mean, they've crashed planes for movies.
Yes, but that's different, I think, because the film companies are allowed to. They get permits to do that sort of stunt work.
Right, so can't you look at that and be like, oh, I'm going to maybe hire this production company to crash a plane, or at least, because I know you can hire stunt companies for like small films and whatnot. Can't he just say like, oh, I'm working on like a low production film? I feel like he didn't have to just do it.
Yeah.
There are definitely legal ways to, I feel like, first of all, make sure it's on your own property. Second of all, maybe check with professionals that it's like, hey, I know you guys do this for a living.
Yeah.
How do I do it? Or do I hire you to do it for me?
Yeah. I mean, those are all great questions. I don't know the answer. But
Dude,
I will say,
hell?
the fact of asking this question of can you do it on your own property, I think you might be the first person to ever ask that, because
Can you crash a
there's
plane on your
not
own
a
property?
single, not even related. There's a lot of like, can I just like land it on can I fly it on my own property? But it's funny. There's one that's like, there's like one that's small plane landed on my property. Do I have a case? So someone just like landed their plane on some homie's property, and then I don't know, they just left it there. But
There's nothing for can I crash my
Not a
own plane on my
single-
own property on purpose.
nope.
What?
Yeah.
That's pretty nuts.
I bought a plane and accidentally crashed in 3 minutes. That's another YouTube video.
Dude, have you ever seen those videos where it's like the people just bought their dream car and they're going for a joyride and they like spin out and crash? Those are hard to watch, but also you're like, these people are idiots.
I was gonna say it's clearly then they don't deserve to have that car.
That's very true.
Because people see, this is the problem. Difference between rich people and normal people. Normal people get a rich car like that and they don't know how to do with it. They just kind of floor it. They go, no, they don't. Us rich folk, we definitely understand.
We know luxury cars.
Yeah, that's right. I was just driving my Maserati last week.
My Bugatti.
My Bugatti, yeah. Yeah, actually, you know what?
Yeah, those hurt.
I was driving my Koenigsegg, which I know your brother doesn't like those. So
Yeah, he does not. I don't even know what that is. I'm not a car guy.
purposely saying that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, we know a lot about rich cars.
Oh, we do.
So that's.
I don't know anything about cars, but the rich cars, I know those because I got plenty of money.
Sure. Yeah.
You know,
There's
with my homeless business.
Sure, that we've been planting since like day one.
Day one, dude.
Yeah.
That's
Got
what. That's what
big
I'm.
Squad.
That's why I'm giving him my whiskey because you know I value my employees. So that's his bonus.
Your employees, right?
I value my employees. So for him doing a good job, I'm gonna give him an already opened bottle of whiskey that I didn't like.
Here you go, boss.
Here you
Take
go,
this
dude.
one. It's like, is this open? Nah.
That's how it was.
It's just I bought it like that. Yeah, no problem.
I just had to make sure it was quality for you.
Of course.
It's like a $20 bottle of.
That's right. Yeah. Well, maybe we should do that for a video. Let's go buy a plane.
I thought you were gonna say give whiskey to homeless people.
I mean, yeah, that's.
I might make a video about that.
Wow.
I might.
Yeah. Okay. I'd like to see how that does.
I think it'll do pretty good. I mean.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should buy a plane, crash land it on
our own property.
on our own property, which is definitely really big.
It's vast enough where we could do it multiple times. We could take off, land, take off, crash,
That's right.
and like, parachute down, all while being easily on our property.
100%. And if the neighbors in the far distance complain, just tell them, I'll crash into your property if you don't be quiet.
Yeah,
all right.
If you don't stop talking,
Sure.
I'm gonna buy your property. It'll be my property too. And then you're gonna have to pay me rent, and I'm gonna not do anything to you. I'm not gonna fix anything.
That's wild. You imagine you're so rich, you have so much power that you buy someone's property while they're still living there, and then you essentially own them.
Oh yeah.
You're just like, hey, I actually own all that now, so
Yeah.
you're gonna have to do what I say.
Yeah, it's like,
They're
but
like,
my landlord's so and so.
Yeah,
No, he sold the house to me.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm your
What?
new landlord. So
and oh no, my dog needs a new house, so you got to get out of here.
you kicking me out for your dog? Yeah. That's
Wait,
exactly what I'm
are you a single mother? Rent's going up.
Yeah, there's all the it's like my landlord when the single mother of 4 is like can barely get by.
yeah. Go
Hike up those prices.
Have you seen
Yeah.
those memes where it was like a prompt, a question prompt on TikTok, and it was like, what would you triple? What would you triple? And then people would be like, the rent for single mothers.
So bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh, my monthly income. Oh, my food. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
This single mother's rent.
Exactly. The
Yeah.
Rothschilds paying off single mothers to complain about high rent.
It's all a conspiracy,
It's
bro.
all
The
a
Rothschilds
conspiracy.
are in coordination with these single moms.
The single moms
Yeah.
who are renting.
That's right. That's right. It's actually all a war against the landlords.
Landlords are
That's what
the
this
true
is.
oppressed.
Yeah. Bro, justice for landlords.
Dude.
Yeah. Jason, can we get that put on the screen? Justice for landlords.
Justice for landlords.
Yeah. Yeah. I could see it. In fact, we should just pay them extra rent.
Just for,
Just for fun.
just to we got normalize tipping your landlord.
Oh my gosh. Your landlord's like, hey, I noticed you paid me $2,000 this month. Your rent was only $1,100.
Hey, man.
Bro, it's on me.
Yeah, you did.
Don't worry about it.
The landlord shows up to your house and he pulls up with like that screen that has like the 15%.
Yeah.
You're like ordering fast food.
Yeah. Those
You
iPads.
give him, you give him the rent. He just shows you the iPad. And you're like, what? Let's see.
Tipping a landlord is wild. He's like just there to collect the check, and he's like, all right, it's just gonna ask if you
Yeah,
want a
and,
tip. Flips it over.
Yeah, just right here. Just give me maybe your signature.
I'm sorry. Are you asking me for a tip?
It's most of my money comes in tips.
Oh, sure. Of course. Sorry.
Yeah,
30%.
Dude. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hashtag normalize tipping your landlord. I had a crazy
wild.
landlord story.
Really?
I was living at this place. You had been there.
Oh, okay.
While we were living there,
Uh-huh.
we were paying our rent.
Mm-hmm.
The landlord wasn't paying his mortgage, so the house
okay.
went up for auction while we were still living in it.
Okay.
So like, because we were getting
Dang.
like notices on the door, like, oh, the bank's gonna take the house back if you.
Yeah.
And we're like, we are paying,
Yeah.
and we don't pay mortgage, we pay our rent. Yeah, he wasn't paying, so the house went up for auction while we were still living in it, and then we did get kicked out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty nuts. But
yeah.
hey, we don't know what he was going through, man.
Maybe that's why you should have tipped him just a few
Should've tipped him
dollars.
just to be
Maybe
like,
he
hey,
was.
man,
Yeah.
you know, we're obviously struggling.
Yeah.
We're giving you all this rent money and you're not doing anything with it.
So here's more.
So here's more, just to like.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. You know what else? Normalize tipping people that you know that are gambling addicts.
Oh,
They just need help with their hobby.
Exactly.
And they haven't quite won yet, but they're almost there.
Okay?
Well, I'm not on game.
No, I was gonna say you should make like a GoFundMe.
Oh,
And it could
gosh.
just be like pay for my gambling addiction.
Fund my gambling addiction.
Dude, I could guarantee you that some people would be like, "That's funny. I'm gonna give him some money."
Guys, I'm so proud to announce we've raised $1 million in 2 days.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, you know what they say. I think you sent me the thing. It's like, you know what they say. You can, what was it? When you're gambling, you can make 2,000%. But no, you can.
Oh,
How did
something
it
like
go?
that.
I
Yeah.
have it somewhere. Let me pull it up
yeah. I
because
mean,
it's so well said.
I would say that gamblers and landlords, we could safely say, are the most oppressed class in this country.
Oh yeah, especially a gambling landlord.
Well, I mean, they're
worst
just
combination.
they're really just suffering.
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
they're
Yeah,
having
here it is.
Yeah.
When gambling, you can win 2,000% of your money, but
Okay.
you can only lose 100%. Do the math.
That's right. Now read that again.
Read that again.
Some dude's like at the casino lost all his money. He's like, hey, I've read this like 10 times and I don't know. I don't think
Yeah.
I'm winning my
You
money.
can only lose 100%, but you could make back 2,000%.
Bro, that's what we should do. We should do a video. We go to a casino, right? We don't actually gamble, but we post up at one of the machines as if we are. And then we just enable and gaslight, manipulate everyone around
Dude,
us.
like, dude, this
So-
machine's crazy.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
made bank.
Exactly.
What? It's
Or
like,
you
try.
Or you tap them and you're like, hey, listen, I've noticed you've kind of been losing. I was like, keep going. You're almost there.
Dude, just pat everyone. Hey man,
Yeah.
I can see you're down.
Yeah.
Here's give them a shot of tequila or something.
Yeah.
Pound that.
Yeah.
Trust me, the luck's coming. I did the math.
Yeah.
You'll be making it soon.
And the ones that you notice that are really spending, just give them like a $5 bill. Hey man, look,
Don't
you
stop.
could use this. Yeah, you could use this more than I could. Don't stop.
Oh, that's. Why do we have this weird obsession with like other people losing money, like making other people lose money?
You know, I think
That's
it's
the
just-
rich mindset.
That's
though.
right.
That's why we have rich cars and they don't.
We're easily richer than
Because we make other
two-thirds
people.
of the population of this
It's-
country.
They're not even paying us.
No.
We're just making them waste their
Yeah. No, we're just helping them.
We are.
Yeah.
We are helping them.
One of them's like, I shouldn't take this. I'm about to lose my mortgage, bro. But you could get it back.
You could get it
If you
back.
just make this last bet.
Exactly. Here's a 20.
Yeah.
You'll make it.
Some people take it too seriously.
Gambling or?
Yeah, gambling.
Oh,
You know what else people take too seriously? TV shows. This is the next thing I want to talk about. And I only bring this up because this is inspired. So, I mean, I've had this mindset for a little while. But here's what happened. Newest episode of Succession came out last night. There's only 2 episodes left.
Mm-hmm.
It's really great. But this past episode was kind of controversial. Now, personally, I like going on Reddit for almost any show that I watch, and I like to read the episode discussions.
Opinions, right?
Yeah, I just like to see what people think, you know? A lot of times it's entertaining, and it's kind of fun because, you know, people get immersed. It's cool. But there's a good amount of people who take it too seriously. And they seem to think that these damn shows are real life. And it bugs me.
Okay, you got to tell me what kind of opinions. What's the controversy and what's going on? Because I'm intrigued.
I'll tell you after.
Okay.
No. Because, well,
That's
okay.
nuts.
Actually, you know what? No. I'll
Dude,
explain
this
it.
crazy
No,
thing
no.
just happened. I'll tell you later.
Okay, all right. Listen, I'll explain it like as easy as I can without like.
Spoiling?
No, like just saying a lot. So basically, this past episode. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
in the show, the main family, the Roys, they own, like I told you, this kind of media conglomerate company. It's called Waystar Royco. And part of their subdivision is they have a news channel, ATN.
Mm-hmm.
Some would tell you that this news channel is like a parody of like Fox News.
I see.
And there have been like some jabs throughout the show.
Yeah.
And a lot of this past season and a half has been leading up to this big election that's coming up.
Okay.
And so the election that happened was just kind of like, they
like
took
obviously
some-
political.
yes, but like they
Okay.
took some seeds from like the 2020 election in America
So
and the
they're
2016
they're
election.
mirroring
A little bit.
for the show.
Yeah, a little bit. And so
That's-
I'm just saying.
That's gonna get spicy for sure.
Well,
matter what
right.
we do.
Exactly. And so they did that. And then, I mean, yeah. So then in the discussion, I was like, I didn't even expect it to get that bad. But like, you got people in there like, whatever. I just thought it was funny because people take it too seriously. But that
Yeah.
happens with not just that show. I mean,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is just recency bias to me because I just read it. But like,
Right.
I'm watching True Detective right now, the first season.
I don't. It sounds familiar, but I don't think I've ever seen that. I'm not much of a show watcher.
Okay.
I'll pick one show,
Yeah.
watch it, and then move on to the next one if I really care. But for the most part, I mean, like right now, the only show that I'm watching is Batman Beyond on HBO Max.
That's a good show, yeah.
It's a great show. I just
Yeah,
put it
yeah.
on while I like do chores or like clean my room or do things. So
That's a good one.
That's the current show that I'm watching.
That's a classic one.
It's great. I
Yeah.
love it. But yeah,
Yeah,
I don't really like commit to anything unless I'm super invested in it.
Sure.
Like I watched what's the one, the with Thomas Shelby, the guy who's playing Oppenheimer.
Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders. I watched like the first 2 seasons of Peaky Blinders. Didn't really care. I put it on in the background while I was doing stuff, and I was kind of like, it never really invested in me. I made a bet with my friend that I would watch that if he watches one of my shows.
Yeah.
I have not heard back from him because he's overseas.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But
I mean, I don't know.
Like,
Peaky Blinders, I don't think that's a show you can like just have it on the background. But a show that you could do that is like The Office or like a comedy show.
Yeah.
I like to kind of do two. I like to have 2 shows normally at once. Normally, I'll do like a serious show and like a comedy. Like right now, I'm rewatching How I Met Your Mother. Great show, love that show. But I'm watching True Detective, which is it's an HBO show.
Yeah.
It's the first season came out in like 2014. But so I've heard the first season's the best. I heard the second one sucks, and I heard the third one's okay. The first season. So basically, if you don't know the premise, it's like each season they're not related.
Oh.
It's like it's like an anthology series. So like the first season.
It's like different characters too?
Different characters, different stars, and literally it's just like each season is kind of solving like a different, like almost like a murder mystery type thing. Yeah. So the first season is with Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, is that? Okay.
Yeah.
You know they're brothers.
That's what, yeah.
That just like recently happened.
It's pretty wild, yeah.
That is crazy, because they've been best friends forever, and then like...
I think it's they have the same dad.
Yeah,
is what he said. Yeah, pretty crazy. Crazy. There's a show coming out on Apple TV.
They do look similar. Once you look at it, you can see it in their eyes and nose. Like in this section
maybe,
of their face.
Yeah.
Like, oh, wow. I mean, you'll have to look at a picture, but
yeah,
when you see them like next to each other, this little section, you're like, huh, I see it.
Yeah. It's pretty trippy. They have a show coming out on Apple TV literally about like it's almost like a satire on their like friendship. It's really, and they're playing themselves.
That's so
weird. Trippy. But anyway, they're the main characters, and they're both playing these detectives. Woody Harrelson is like the experienced like vet kind of, and Matthew McConaughey is like the new one. But it's pretty cool, I will say. But anyway,
I've seen clips of it.
You probably have,
because you said it's like 2011, right? So it's an
probably
old
2014
or 2014
because it came out after. So this is what I'm saying. So I've gone back and read the Reddit threads on each episode, and it's trippy to watch the dated comments because this came out right as Breaking Bad ended.
Oh,
and
so everyone was comparing.
Well, a lot of the first episode comments were like, you know, man, I've been looking for a show to replace the void that Breaking Bad had, and this might be it. And like, it is really good.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, that's another one where like I've read the comments, you know, the threads, and it's like, I don't know, man. It's just people. It's one thing to be invested in a show, but it's another to be like dying on a hill defending some action that someone did. Dude, it's not real. Dude. It's not real. Like, it's fake. It's not even real.
Okay.
Don't worry.
I know you don't like the things that I do, but on this topic, so I'm reading Berserk. There's he's the villain, and he's a absolute scumbag. But just like you're talking about, there are people who like defend him, and you're like, dude, he did do some very bad things.
Yeah.
There's like, you know, things that lacked consent. It's like how they did that way, you know, that guy's the bad guy.
Yeah.
But people are like, nah, bro, he did nothing wrong. It's like, are you joking? I hope you're joking.
Yeah. I just misunderstood.
It's like, dude, you're misunderstanding morality, I think.
My favorite one, see, this is what's funny, because what you're talking about, people like defending people who are not defendable.
Oh, yeah.
That does cross over in real life. And the funniest thing is, on the Ask Reddit subreddit, this happens at least once every like 5 months, and I crack up every time. There's always, without a doubt, unavoidable, there's a post. And the question is always, what historical figure gets a bad rep? And it's the longest line of removed, deleted that I've ever seen.
My
just
goodness.
Like this, you gotta go like, 200 comments down, and then
that's crazy.
And then you get one random person who you've never heard of, and you're like, okay, I guess. And then it's more deleted.
Yeah. I wonder what happened here.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Those comments are funny. It's always like, yo, what happened here?
Yeah. Well, we all know what happened here.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. People care too much about shows, and the
weird.
thing is, like, if it's a show like Breaking Bad, that makes sense because they're like, oh, Walter isn't a bad guy because they purposefully make it like, oh, he does bad things, but they make it complex. But there's so many where it's like, no, there's a clear hero and villain.
Yeah.
And the villain is not redeemable. So.
See, yeah. And that's the thing. Like, Breaking Bad is supposed to be this.
It's from his perspective too, so
It
you can
is.
see like
And
the progression.
Yeah, right. And he's supposed to be a normal guy, right? So that's why you
Totally.
kind of see him give in to like
And
depravity.
you could see
and it's
yourself
kinda-
in him because you could be like, okay, well, if I was
Wait,
in
you
this,
can see yourself in him?
I mean,
You're Walton is white? What's up? Yeah.
wait, what's his
She
name?
got her
Hartwell?
highs on my burger and she walked until it's white.
Oh my! We got, dude. Holy crap, that's impressive. Wow.
Yeah.
She, what was it?
She got her highs on my burger and she walked until it's white. Come on.
Crazy.
Come
Dude,
on.
That's like. Do you ever like? Okay, this happens sometimes. I hear something that's like so funny, but like impressive that I like burst cancel my laugh. Like I laugh and then I stop it because I'm just like,
Oh, hold on. Yeah.
wait a minute.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I break it down and analyze it.
Yeah.
It is my girlfriend too. Sometimes she says something funny and I'm just like, wow.
Like slide cancel your
Exactly.
laugh,
I
like,
slide cancel.
hold on.
I start the laugh animation. Yeah. Wait a minute.
You, like,
That was really good.
Reevaluate it.
Yeah, exactly. It happens sometimes. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's just how my brain works.
That's what's up. Yeah, well, that's what's up, man.
That's
I would
what's up.
say check out if you get the chance. I
What's
mean,
it on? Wait, what are we
HBO,
talking about?
True Detective.
Oh, True Detective.
I would just say the
HBO
first season.
Max. I have HBO Max.
Yeah,
I've
the
only been using it to watch DC things
stuff,
And,
that's- yeah.
and Looney Tunes.
No, that's valid. That's honestly valid. But they do have some good movie choices on HBO. So I will say, if you're ever looking for a
Oh.
movie to watch,
I
there's a lot of
have
good ones.
watched the Scooby Doo movies on HBO Max.
Okay, well, folks, then
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
You know what's really weird? I don't know why I'm gonna bring this up. All the Scooby Doo movies, because it's Warner Brother, is on HBO Max, except for and like all the shows, except for Scooby Doo Mystery Incorporated. That's on Netflix. Have you seen that?
No, I'm not a
really-
big Scooby
really
Doo
good.
guy.
You're not a big Scooby Doo fan?
I think it's lame. Yeah. I'm just not a big fan. I think Scooby Doo
Were
and
you doing
Harry
your
Potter.
taxes when you were
are
8 years
bottom.
old, dude?
No, I was watching better shows. SpongeBob, Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry.
Dude, Tom and Jerry and Looney Tunes are in the same category
Not
as
even
Scooby Doo.
close. Scooby Doo's
You
at
got
the
all
bottom.
What?
Scooby Doo's like at the very bottom of the barrel.
That's
I would put. Here's where I'm going above. That.
what shows were you watching when you were a kid? Scooby
There's
Doo
a big
is
age range.
the show of like forever. It came out in what, the 60s?
overrated.
It changed everything.
No, it didn't.
SpongeBob
Overrated.
sucks compared to Scooby Doo. Scooby Doo is peak, dude. So what? You would
It's
rather
really-
watch
it's
a
just-
little sponge be
No, it's
hanging out
really-
with his like mentally ill friend? What?
See, this is
And
what's
it's just-
sad.
If you even
No.
said like Courage the Cowardly Dog, maybe. But you said SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Scooby Doo surpasses everything. They've been butchering it recently with their weird remakes, but the fact that they can butcher it means it was something on such a pedestal. It was on such a pedestal.
Yeah. What sucks is that you continue to have the wrong opinions. Unfortunately,
I,
that's what
dude,
sucks.
everybody
I
will
say,
agree with
you know,
me.
No,
Scooby Doo.
no, they
is
won't agree with you. No, they
incredible.
won't agree with you because you said SpongeBob is dumb, and that's not right.
I said,
No,
dude,
no, you
SpongeBob
said what
gets
you said.
blown
It's
out of
not-
the water by Scooby Doo.
Not even close. Scooby Doo's
Blown out of
overrated.
the water.
Overrated.
Dude,
Scooby Doo's mad
I don't
overrated.
understand what you were
Sponge-
talking about.
Dude, you're talking
You
about me
lack
doing
joy
you're
as a
talking about
child.
No, I didn't because SpongeBob solos Scooby Doo, whatever. Listen, you talk about me doing taxes when I was 8. That's clearly you projecting, man. Because if you didn't watch SpongeBob when you were a kid, that's the biggest issue here. SpongeBob is childhood, I guess. Again, and you know what it is here. I'll tell you what it is. Again, you weren't born in the 90s, so that's what the issue we have here. SpongeBob season 1 came out in 1999.
Dude,
let me tell you right now.
Okay,
this show.
Scooby Doo surpasses that. It
No,
came out in
no.
the 60s.
Nope,
and I
nope,
watched
nope.
those. I watched the older
Dude,
shows.
no, SpongeBob's better. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody's better.
I didn't like that either.
Sweet Life on Deck. I mean,
like
not
that
even as
either.
good as the original, but it's better. Drake and Josh is better. I guess you could even say, Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry. I would even go as far to say the Penguins of Madagascar show is better.
See, I
the Kung
was-
Fu Panda show is better. Take whatever you want, dude. Scooby Doo sucks.
I was classically raised. I wasn't watching all this hippie stuff with all the weird 90s kids.
Hold
stuff.
on. Are you kidding me? What do you think Scooby Doo is? It's a bunch of hippies in a van. There you go.
Bad
That's
word.
hippie right there.
I meant whatever the 90s is, because that
No,
sucked.
dude.
The 60s? All right. I didn't mean hippies. That's the wrong word for the era.
Uh-huh.
Because do you like Looney Tunes?
Yes. Looney Tunes. I mean,
That's
Looney
the
Tunes always,
same era
I understand.
as Tom and Jerry and
I
Scooby Doo.
get it. I get it.
That's
but
what I
they're
was
better
raised
than
on.
it, though.
How was everything?
It's just better. Nope, you're wrong, which is sad. It's
is,
very
dude.
sad, guys.
This is peak.
Have
This
a
is
good
why
one.
you-
Next week is episode 20, so we can't wait. It's gonna be great.
What's this?
Yeah. You see, Scooby Doo fans, alcoholics. Yeah. So that was yeah. Just big episode next week. See ya.